All right, we have Tyler Orton from Business in Vancouver. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Steve.
Excellent. Well, we got job numbers out this morning. What's going on? Not a great month.
Not a great month, but there's maybe a little bit of good data that we can pull out of this. So if we take a look at the numbers, we see that unemployment actually went up 0.1 percentage points last month. In BC, it's a little bit better. We're at 6.2% unemployment, and I should have mentioned that Canada's unemployment rate is at 7.1%. BC's unemployment rate went down 0.1 percentage points. So it's kind of better for BC. If we take a look at the next set of numbers, I'll kind of break down where we're doing well and where there's room for improvement when it comes to public administration. Now, this is key here is because back in October, of course, there was an election going on. So we lost in November 33,000 public administration jobs. Most of these were, part-time positions that were filled to help out everything that was going on during the election. So that's why we saw so many job losses in November primarily. Now, the thing to note here, though, is that we added year over year 124,000 jobs from November 2014 to November 2015. The other good news that economists are pointing to is the fact that we created a lot more full-time jobs. We added 36,000 full-time jobs, although we did manage to lose 72,000 part-time jobs, which is why we had 36,000 fewer jobs total. But the fact that we're adding full-time jobs, that's a lot more desirable than just adding part-time jobs. So there is some good data in here, even though, of course, we don't want to see the unemployment rate going up across Canada. News is a little bit better here in British Columbia, though.
All right, well, that's good to see. We also have some numbers out about foreign ownership of condos.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the talk of town, isn't it, with regards to, foreign ownership among homeowners here in Metro Vancouver. And we have new data kind of spelling out that it's actually on the rise here in Metro Vancouver, as well as the Toronto metro area as well. I think before we discuss it, what's really important to point out here is how the Canada Housing Mortgage Corporation arrived at these figures. They wanted to make a distinction between, say, foreign residents of foreign background versus foreign residents that live non-permanently here in Canada. So what they did is they went to property managers and asked, who are the foreign owners that live outside of Canada? So it's not based on nationality, it's based on non-permanent residency. So that's kind of interesting, but it may leave some question marks about those numbers. Let's examine them. Here in 2014, we saw that it was 2.3%. But if we go into the next year, we actually see that it went up to 3.5%. I should just mention that. But in Vancouver proper, it was a lot bigger. It's 5.4% foreign ownership. The only other jurisdiction that comes close is Toronto, where we see in their metropolitan area, they had 2.4% in 2014. That went up to 3.3% this year. And in Toronto Centre, it's actually at 5.8%. It even exceeds Vancouver proper. And no disrespect to our friends out in the prairies, but if you look at Regina, 0%. So it kind of shows you where the foreign owners are going. But like I said, if you look at how the CMHC arrived at those numbers, I still think that it's worth a critical look there, and there may be some question marks about this. But I know the guys at CMHC, they're trying to work with numbers that maybe don't exist. They are looking for more conclusive data from the governments, but we just don't have. So they're trying to build something that I think is worth examining, but there still are some questions, I think, about how they arrived at those numbers there.
All right, Tyler, thank you very much. Tyler Orton from Business in Vancouver. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Steve.